My name's Andrew Glover and I'm a business studies teacher here at Walsall Academy. Now, last year I was looking for an enterprise challenge that students could do for the entire year group. Students that hadn't done any kind of business studies or any enterprise at all before. And I wanted to look for something that was going to give them a real good experience and introduction to the world of business and enterprise. And I found on the website, after doing searches on the internet and looking through different magazines and things, National Enterprise Challenge, which of course was one of the big pools, was sponsored by Lord Sugar himself. Now, what I did was, I wanted to get a bit more information about it after reading the various bits they've got on the website, and I rang up the team. The team were fantastic, they were really supportive, they were really helpful, they gave very impartial information, they weren't just trying to do the hard sell, and it was really, really helpful for myself as an educational professional to really understand what kind of benefits that National Enterprise Challenge could give, not just to me or the school, but particularly to the students who would be taking part. So we went through that process, and once I said I was very much interested to explain what the costs involved would be and what that would include. So obviously the resources that the guys bring along, the day itself obviously in the school with the volunteers that come in, and obviously the various things that we get with the finals day itself, including the food and all that kind of stuff. So all of that was explained really well by the guys, and I was very, very clear and understanding. So that made it easier for me to then go back to my senior management team to put the proposal to them to try and get them to help fund this project and this programme, the Enterprise Challenge. They thought it was brilliant, they were totally in agreement with me that it would benefit our students, and therefore we went ahead and we booked it. Now of course it's not just as simple as that, obviously we had to then go through the process of sorting out dates, when would be most appropriate for our students in terms of our own curriculum that we deliver here, and obviously you've got to bear in mind what's going on around the school, such as exams, particularly if we're using things like the theatre, which would normally be used for exams. The team completely understand all these issues and we're very, very flexible in trying to sort out the best times to come in. It's going to fit the school the best, and that was a particularly difficult job, I'm sure, for them, considering they had so many other schools that they were trying to book with. But they were brilliant, and they felt really like they were tailoring it just to Walsall Academy, which was fantastic for me and really helped my job and make it a lot easier. So that was all great. So we had an excellent process running up to the day. When the guys came in, they always arrived nice and early. They get in nice and early, so we can spend lots of time going through the software that we need to go through in terms of interactive whiteboard software, where we put the PowerPoints on, all that kind of stuff. Gives us lots of time. So the guys were really organised, they turned up, and we had lots of time to get the stuff prepared. And what that does, it means that when the students walk in, they get the sense that everything's prepared, everything's in order, and it makes them a lot more focused a lot earlier on. A fantastic introduction, some great videos, some great inspirational talks to help the students along. And you can clearly see all the guys that came in had a great relationship with students. They encouraged them when appropriate. They gave them a little bit of a nudge saying, come on, you've got to get yourself sorted, which is always important with students. And that perfect balance between, giving them that sort of sense of, come on, you can do it, you're really good. Come on, you should do this, come on, hurry up. Sort of thing. It's getting that nice balance, and with students it's so important to be able to strike that balance. And those guys really did really well. And I was really impressed with how engaged they were with the students and how supportive they were. They didn't just want the students to do what they said they had to do. They wanted the students to achieve, they wanted students to grow as people and grow in terms of their knowledge and understanding of business and enterprise. So on the day they were fantastic. Finals day, it was great. We turned up. We were all signed in nice and quickly. There was no problems whatsoever. We got ourselves lined up nice and straightforward. It was simple, where we knew where to go, and the guys took us into the judging room. Well, not me, obviously the students themselves. Went through the process. The students seemed really happy with how it went. They felt like the judges were a perfect balance of giving them some tough questions, but not being harsh, not being overly critical. Bear in mind that these are youngsters that have never done any kind of business and enterprise before. So it was a perfect balance there, and I think the guys obviously did a really good job in trying to recruit the right judges for this kind of event. So that was we were so impressed with that as a school. Not just myself going down there, but one of our senior management team who came down as well. He was really impressed. On the day itself, it was great to see Lord Sugar. The questions were great. It was super to see a host at the event that the kids could relate to. And my kids, for example, were extremely excited and wanted photos and etc. So it was a great day for them. It gave them an experience that they wouldn't have got if they'd not done the National Enterprise Challenge. and fundamentally my students were good enough and fortunate enough, because there were a lot of good teams there, to be in the top 3 to present on the stage, and that as an experience in front of 700 plus people was really, really superb. Great venue, great guests in terms of the business people from an eclectic mix from the public sector, private sector, various different industries. It was superb, and it really gave my students a fantastic experience, and that is absolutely the most vital thing. Since then, we've gone along and we've found ourselves booking 2 programmes this year, 2 challenges for Year 8 and Year 9. And what that's given us is even more experiences for our students, even more development, both in terms of their business and enterprise skills and in terms of their personal skills, communicating with each other, teamwork, that kind of stuff. And that's because not just myself, but the senior management team here at school were so very impressed with what they've offered to us and what they've delivered to our students. I'm really impressed with how vital they think this kind of thing is. And it helps me try and promote these kind of events, other events, when the guys come in and deliver so well and the kids get so much out of it. So overall, the whole booking process for me was superb. It was flexible, they were friendly, they were helpful, and they really wanted the best for the kids, and that was absolutely vital. So overall, I have to say I'm thoroughly impressed by what the guys at National Enterprise Challenge have delivered, and I'm more than happy to try and push my senior management team to try and get more and more of this kind of events going.